Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Our scenario is The Pipeline. It was written by Alex Gillot and Dave Brian Jackson. Our game master is Ian Christensen, and this is episode 5. Our recap will be done by Keith Craig as his character, Walter Chapman. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Keith?
Oh my God, I killed a kid. I know he was a creature when I fired at him, but now he's just some young kid in his 20s. Oh my God, what did I do? Anyway, we all gathered down in the TV room downstairs. Isaac took charge. He wanted to finish the sweep of the compound, and so he took Anapetu and Bjorn to finish that and left me with Harry. They found some more evidence of damage that those creatures had done, but fortunately they didn't find any more of it. While I was sitting there with Harry, I decided, maybe I ought to get the wallet of that kid upstairs. Someone's going to have to tell his family. Harry was really nervous about being left with Daniel, even though Daniel was comatose. Well, I figured I could just calm him down, and I handed him my rifle. I figure, what harm could he do? Well, boy, was I a mistake. As I was up there getting the wallet, I heard a shot. I come running down the steps, and Harry swings the gun at me and takes a shot. Fortunately, he misses, although I had to pick a splinter out of my cheek. Harry shot Daniel. He claimed he was turned into a creature. Maybe he's right. I don't know. I mean, just looks like another dead kid to me. Anyway, I barely controlled my anger and resist the urge just to kick the living shit out of Harry, but I got my gun back. Isaac came running in, and he kind of got on me about handing Harry a gun. He's probably right about that. Well, I was just so exhausted I couldn't even think straight anymore. Fortunately, we decided to hole up underneath the garage. We took some of the mattresses, and I laid down, and I was out. I really got a sound sleep. I didn't wake up until I heard the shots. It seems that Bjorn had saw some movement down the hall. He'd gotten Anapetu up, and they went down there, and they saw movement, took a shot, but didn't hit anything. Of course, then we start hearing the creatures howling. I decided to go up to the garage to take a look around, and I heard one of the creatures brush against one of the garage doors. Isaac, he wants to go hunting. So he goes, he's like, well, we can go up to the helipad. Before he gets the first one up, and next thing we know, he's grabbed from the top, his head, not pulled off, just he's lifted up, blood goes everywhere. Bjorn and Anapetu get some shots off. However, it took my trusty old 30-06 to finish off the creature. Horrifically, we find that it's a beautiful young woman. 3 dead, all with my gun. They're going to be able to trace this back to me. I better destroy this letter, as I don't need another possible confession for the police to find. Well, even if they do find it, I'll probably be dead too. I convinced the others that we need to go find Isaac. As a good military man, there's no way I'm going to leave a man behind. Where the hell did Harry go?
You're muted, Ian.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my buttons to work. There we go. Where did Harry go?
Harry went down the ladder, down the stairs, into the black, dark basement, grabbed the mattress, climbed underneath the mattress, and he's huddled up next to the corner, praying that nothing finds him.
In the machine shop area. Got it.
Right. But that probably only lasts about 5 minutes before he starts to think, I'm all alone in the dark, and I can't see anything, and that thing could be coming, and I won't see it coming, so I can't run away. So now I'm going to probably climb out from under the mattress and creep back up into the light, at least.
Well,
see what the hell's going on.
Bjorn and Petu, Walter. I believe we left off right after Isaac got grabbed, right? And you saw the body of the one you shot, but you saw a couple others grab hold of Isaac and pull him into the woods.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So it was the middle of the night. It's freezing cold. Sky is pretty clear. The blood aurora is back. Oh, well, it never really went away, but it's just the storm the night before. You never got a chance to really see it properly.
Well, I want to go after him, but I came running up here. I wasn't really. I just climbed up in the garage, so I'm not dressed. I'm gonna have to go back and get my winter gear on before I head out into that.
I'd assume us too. Yeah.
Yep. Now, remind me, it's Halloween morning, correct?
Pretty much now, yeah. It's after midnight, so
After midnight. Okay, just so I know the timeline.
yeah. Last night when you made camp in the basement, it was the 30th of October. So it's now somewhere between midnight and 1 a.m.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back down the ladder down to the machine shop where I'd taken off my winter gear to lay down, grab it. Hopefully, don't step on Harold.
So if you're going there, you're going to meet me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got some kind of light, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I see the light, I start scrambling. But then when I see it's you, I'm like, "What happened? What happened? What happened? I heard noise and shooting in."
We took another one out, but they got one of us. They ran off with Isaac. We gotta go get him.
Are you crazy? Those things.
I'm starting to think I am.
Why would you go after him? If they got him, they're going to eat him probably.
That's why we gotta go. We can't leave him to that.
You people are crazy.
Look, I gotta get my boots on. So,
You're really going to go out there?
Harold, if it was you, would you want us to come for you?
Well, I don't want you to leave me here by myself. They'll come back and they'll kill me.
So
Get
we're all
dressed.
taking a trip.
That's why we need you.
Maybe we'll give you a pistol again, or maybe not.
So, yeah.
All right. So I reluctantly put my clothes back on, whimpering and whining.
Okay. So you're all geared up, winter clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If before we went down though, Ian, I would have made a point of on the roof trying to get a good bearing on where we're heading to, just so that we're not just wandering into the woods.
Well, from what you saw, the creatures headed off into the woods that you had come from, that you'd come through. You remember where you found the Earth First camp and all. Let me pull up my map here. Okay.
Is it actively snowing? Is it snowing at the moment, or is it just snow covered? They should leave a huge trail.
Snow covered. Yeah, it's not snowing. The snow's blowing a little bit, but
there should be a huge trail where they
Rifting,
waded through the snow, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we take the cat?
Because Isaac's the one that knew how to get it going.
It's just a car. I would have gotten it going eventually.
I'm not even going to respond to that.
Bjorn, do you know how to start it? I mean, that's not a bad idea, actually.
We should just get in it and go.
Do you know how to start it, Bjorn?
If I looked at this is heavy weaponry you need, or not heavy weaponry.
It was not heavy machinery, but if you have mechanical, well, you have a drive skill, right?
I have a drive skill. Yeah, it's 25.
Do you have
Not
a
super
mechanical
high.
engineering skill?
I have mechanical repair. of
Mechanical
15.
repair, sorry, 15.
Yeah.
All right, well, give me a mechanical repair roll.
45.
Do you want to spend 30 points of luck?
Jeez.
That's
What do I got?
I don't know.
That'll
I'm just
leave me.
offering. Or you can push the roll, but
Let me push the roll.
That means
push
it's
the roll.
gonna
What kind of bad thing
explode
could
if
happen?
you put
No, it's
sugar in-
okay. I know what's gonna happen. If you push the roll and fail, you think you know how to do it, but then when you try to actually do it, it's just gonna fail ridiculously. I can't think of anything
Okay.
bad to happen. I'm not gonna have it explode. That's just
All right.
you don't need explosions in the garage. Yet.
Percentile for that?
Yep, it's 15%. You can't spend luck on a push roll, so
27.
No, you still failed. Okay. You think
Okay.
you can get it running?
Hmm.
It can't be
I think
that
I can
hard.
get this running.
Well, if you can, then Harold, we'll take this.
Will you give me a gun?
Okay.
I gave you that 38. It's just because there wasn't any bullets.
There's no bullets?
No,
Why'd you
No,
tell him that?
What the hell's wrong with you?
I never
How-
found any bullets for it.
So I turn it around. Do I hold it like a hammer?
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
you have a baseball bat and a knife.
I don't know where my baseball bat is. I dropped it when I ran.
I have a pistol.
Oh, you're really going to give me a gun?
Yeah.
I'll show you how it operates, and if things get hairy, I'll give it to you to use. How's that sound?
What if the thing's got you?
I'll toss it. I don't know. I'll try my best to see that coming, and
I'll throw you a lateral, Harry. Yeah. You've got your 38 anyway. You can use that as a pistol whip, yeah?
Hmm.
Okay. So once you guys get all clothed up, ready to go, then Bjorn tries to get the snowcat ready. You're going to try to track them from in the snowcat? Is that the plan?
was the plan.
Okay, right. Got it. Cool.
Mhm.
So Bjorn, go ahead and give me a drive roll. You're going to need a hard success.
Ooh. 8.
You rolled an 8.
All right.
That is a hard success. You get it started, revs up, and you drive it right to the garage wall. It doesn't break the vehicle completely or anything like that. It jostles everyone who's inside. If anyone's standing on the outside, let me know.
Sorry,
But I
guys.
don't imagine so.
No.
Hop in.
A bunch of shit falls off the wall of the garage, and the wall has definitely been a little compromised structurally.
Damn it.
It's not as easy to drive as you thought it would be, but you did manage to get it started.
There's levers and shit. It's not a. I don't know. I never drove a tractor before.
Come on, let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's go home.
We're not going home. We're going after Isaac, remember?
Well, we can go get the police and tell them to come back and get Isaac.
This thing's like an armored car, Harold. We're pretty safe.
I think that you should all be able to tell without a psychology roll that my character is kind of in like fight or flight mode, and
Yeah.
he's going silent, and you can see him conniving and thinking of
Mhm.
how the hell can I save myself?
Okay.
All right. How fast does do we know how
Snowcat
fast
go?
the snowcat goes?
I think downhill on a good surface, they can do about 20 or 25 mile an hour, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Is the direction we're going downhill?
No.
Okay. All right,
Not
because
really.
I was thinking about being able to track, having one of us outside the snowcat kind of watching the trail. That way we
Mhm.
know where we're going. 'Cause
Sure. Are you volunteering?
One of us.
I'm good at tracking. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Is
so
there a
I'd say
horse
actually,
or
because this
ta-
is going to be mostly uphill, at least at the beginning, because you got to drive up to the forest where, remember, you came over that hill,
Mhm.
that rise. You kind of got to look at the pipeline as you were at the station when you arrived. So you got to get back up that, basically. So, yeah, it's going to be moving maybe 10, 15 mile an hour tops.
Right.
Is there a hatch on top someone could stand out of, or no?
You mean like a tank?
Like an
Double check my
APC,
age
like
here.
that.
The question is when you
I
get
don't
to
think
the
so.
forest.
No.
When you get to the forest, you're going to be able to drive it through the trees.
Don't worry. There'll be a roll for that.
We'll see. We'll see when we get there, Harry.
Okay.
And
Just
I
in
don't
case
mean-
anybody wanted a reminder what the snowcat's like.
Oh yeah, there's no hatch on that.
No top hatch. It's got those big doors on the side, though.
It's got a
Yeah.
plow blade.
Yeah, it does. That's why you smash into the garage door or garage wall and compromise the wall and not the vehicle. You know. So yeah. Okay. All right. So Walter, you got to go out to get a head start. I suppose they start following the tracks, and yeah, they go up the hill and into the woods, practically right where you came out of the woods when you came from that.
Okay.
took that shortcut through and ran into the Earth First camp.
Is there a blood trail?
There's not much blood. No, every once in a while you see a few flecks, but
I've got a quick question for the GM.
Mhm.
The guy, the first guy who we killed, who was a monster, and you said there was a girl up on top that was killed that was a monster.
yeah, the one that had grabbed Isaac.
Are
From
they
the,
are they Caucasian or are they Native Americans?
Give me, what would that roll be?
Oh, I mean, we just have to look at them, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Definitely one of them, the young man you killed,
Uh-huh.
or sorry, the young man that Walter killed, he was Caucasian, very Caucasian. But this girl, no, definitely not. She looks to be of indigenous.
Okay, so since we've got mixed, a Caucasian, and then it doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, it's like they could be anything.
Well, that other kid, the one that you shot, who was with the Earth First camp, he was Caucasian as well.
Yeah, but then I panicked. I don't think he was changing.
In fact, didn't the one kid told you he was from Seattle, I think, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Right.
The one that Walter killed.
Yeah.
Okay. So so the trail does go into the woods. It is going to be difficult to navigate the snowcat through the trees. You want to give it a go, Bjorn?
All right. Just
Give
regular
me a
drive
roll
roll.
if you do. Yeah. Well, you're going to need a hard success. You don't know how to. This is the first time you've ever driven a snowcat.
97, 67 is not it.
He doesn't get too far into the woods before he smacks into a tree, and a tree falls down over the top of the snowcat and tries to push forward. And the only way he's going to be able to continue forward is by smashing through several more trees.
We should
goes to
probably
back
stop.
it out. Give me a drive roll, see if you can back it out.
70.
Nope. In fact, you've damaged one of the treads in the process.
Awesome.
Great way to go, Bjorn.
And
Hey
it
guys,
was really noisy, Walter. Made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Smashing, knocking over a couple trees, and
Got my gun out, kind of.
guys,
Let's get out.
guys, wait a second. I know I haven't been much use on this trip, but something doesn't make sense. The guy in the camp, if these are monsters pretending to be humans, then how does a monster know what a videographer is? Are these people that instead they're not monsters, they're people that are able to turn into these things, not the other way around?
Makes
Or
more
maybe-
sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all thinking, at least I am, like a werewolf.
Well, when Ampeto said it, he kept talking about. I kind of imagined they were monsters that just mimicked or pretended to be humans, but they know too much to pretend. So I think sometimes they're humans living in societies with the rest of us because they know they talk and act. His English was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they came up here and got infected by the monsters.
Like werewolves.
Yep.
But then what's their point? Are they just not wanting the Exxon oil pumping in the area? Or does it have to do with that temple that the people found?
I think it has something to do with that map.
Where is that temple? Well,
Find Isaac. We can't.
we're going to have to walk now, aren't we? All right, I'll get out.
yeah, you're gonna have to walk.
Yeah, we are, unfortunately.
Now, Walter, I imagine you're still scouting up ahead a little bit in the woods too.
I
Not
am.
too far, but
Not too far. I definitely don't want to outrun my cover.
yeah. You'll notice that the tracks start to kind of curve around left until they're going almost due north.
Okay.
They redirected once they were in a little deeper into the forest,
All right.
and now it's heading heading northward, like right up the this big hill. It's not quite a mountain, but it's a large hill at the pumping station, or maybe series of hills at the pumping station. Actually, you still have the map, right? That I gave you guys.
Could
before?
you show us on that? Is it possible?
I can. Yeah, I can indeed, of course.
All right, and we're headed north. Are we following the pipeline, or is it veering away from the pipeline?
No, it's not following the pipeline. It's going almost due north.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can picture it.
Mm-hmm.
My character, by the way, has kind of forgotten where anything is, so I guess he would advocate going south to Shooting Landing, but he doesn't know which direction that is.
Well, Shooting Landing is just the area where the pumping station is built.
Oh, okay.
Telegraph Creek's the nearest
The nearest town,
civilization. Yeah.
Now, while you're in the woods, kind of working your way northwards now, what was it? You did know, like, there were some questions before that were asked, but I think you guys have just kind of maybe given up on those questions since Isaac got grabbed. Is that it? Someone was asking about a phone.
Yeah,
stuff
we've
back at the
forgotten.
pumping station.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, we gotta get this guy.
Okay. No worries.
Mhm.
So you continue making your way north. It's a rough enough climb. These creatures obviously have a massive advantage when it comes to like climbing up steep hills and running in thick snow, deep snow. You guys are moving again less than a mile an hour,
Okay.
especially since you're tracking and by dark.
Yeah.
By moonlight and blood aurora light. But yeah,
Mhm.
it was a full moon. What, 4 days ago? 3 days ago? 3.5 days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least you still have a decent amount of moonlight. But who all looked at that map? That I think it was Isaac that found it earlier, right? The one that was in the inspector's room with her stuff.
The one that was drawn.
Mhm.
Hand drawn.
Yeah, and it also had a location for where this temple supposedly was, right?
Oh, did it?
So you'll notice as you get at the top of this hill that the tracks kind of diverge a little bit northwest now
Mm-hmm.
as it works its way back down this hill and towards the next big hill. I would like you guys to roll Constitution rolls, please. All 4 of you. Harry, Betu, Walter, and Bjorn.
Ooh, 95.
Oh, ouch.
Fail.
Pass.
Can I push it?
Oh, I guess you could, yeah.
I
If
got
you
a
fail,
93.
you're going to collapse.
No. I'll.
All right. Everyone who failed suffers a level of exhaustion because it's hard work getting up this hill, and now you got to work your way down it, and you see the next hill ahead.
Okay.
And the cold's
can't
probably
push it.
creeping into you a bit as well. You can
Can I
push
push
it
it
if you
too?
want. If you
I
push
got
it
a pretty
and fail,
high
you're gonna suffer.
value.
Yeah, go for it.
I just
If
got
you
a
want-
pretty high
If
value.
you fail,
and
you're
I
going to get a second level of exhaustion, and you're going to collapse in the snow here a little bit. Not
45. I made it. Well, I
45. Okay.
exceeded. I have an 80.
All right. You're pushing through the fatigue. You feel it, but you push it to the back of your mind.
I'm tired, guys.
That climb did take a lot out of you.
Yeah.
And the
I
trail
hear-
seems to be continuing northwest, which is in the direction of that temple, supposedly.
Right. Good.
The only issue with that is, hold on a second, and I'll tell you the range. Okay. It's over 8 miles away from you. At your current rate of speed, it would take you about 10 hours to get there.
You didn't take this into consideration.
It's now
did
like
not.
about 2 o'clock in the morning.
So when we get up on top of a hill, is there enough light that if I got out the scope on a gun, I could be able to see this? And I'm just trying to see if we can see these creatures moving. Like, do we even got a chance to someone get to it?
Okay. Give me I guess we're going to call it a spot hidden roll. It's, yeah, you're using the scope to give you extra range, but. still trying to spot something?
No.
No. They've got a good lead on you, and they're probably moving a lot faster.
Yeah. Hmm.
You can see the trail. The trail continues up the next hill and over. Like,
Mm-hmm. But it's not cloudy, so it doesn't look like there's going to be a storm that's going to wipe out this trail overnight.
no, doesn't seem so.
What were the
We should-
people at the station doing 8 miles away from the station? That's weird. Why didn't they stay at the station? Like,
It's
the
real
little X
close
on the
to
corner.
a maintenance and inspection hatch
Oh,
on
maybe they were
the
at a-
pipeline.
Okay.
I was just looking at the map, but yeah.
Maybe we should have just followed the pipeline.
Yeah, but travel would have just been as hard.
Yeah,
Well, it
you
would've
could
been a
follow
lot
the
farther.
pipeline. It would also, it would be a lot farther. It would turn that 8-mile trip into closer to a 15, 16-mile trip.
Well, let's just keep pressing on. What can we
Maybe,
do?
maybe a little
At least
less.
daylight will be here in 5 hours.
Yeah, the sun will be rising in about 5 hours. It'd be about an hour back to the pumping station from here on foot.
I'm paid to Bjorn. What do you think? You think if we keep pressing, we get more tired? One of us goes down, we could be in a lot of trouble.
Is the snowcat repairable?
I wouldn't. know.
Yeah, probably. You've got parts in the garage and the machine
Well, I'm
shop.
thinking out loud with you guys. I'm thinking if we could
Sorry.
if we could repair the snowcat and use it to instead follow along the pipeline instead of through the trees, now that we know roughly where he's going, would that be better?
Well, it'll be faster. If you're
But
going
what-
10 miles an hour, it would just take 2 hours to get there.
Yeah, what I'm worried about is that we're going to get there and we're going to be so wiped out. We're just pickings.
My fingers are starting to get numb right now, even.
All right.
Get a couple hours sleep in the snowcat. Like, I mean, it was the person who's not driving and
There's no
some
heat,
little bit
though.
of sleep. We could sleep while it's being repaired. We're going to be a little bit of repair time too. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long walk one way or the other, or not.
I think, well, it's not just that. It's 8 miles there, and then it's 8 miles to anywhere else. We got to come back walking.
Yeah.
And if Isaac is injured, you're going to have to be carrying him. We need the snowcat.
Yeah. I hate to say, but I actually agree with Harold on that one.
Okay. You guys got any repair skills between you at all?
No.
I know I changed oil. That's about it.
I've got 10 on mechanical repair.
Yeah.
Can we add them together? Okay. Well, let's. We're putting our minds together. You know, it's kind of like
10. I think 10 is base, is it not?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
All right. Yeah.
Well, that's
All
my
right.
my suggestion.
Yeah. I gotta agree. We're gonna.
Okay.
I was hoping they didn't take him that far. All right. So
it goes on for as far as you can see with your scope.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It goes
Yeah.
over that hill, and yeah.
I
you
hope they
can't
didn't
tell.
just lure us out here so that they could destroy the station behind us.
they did. I mean, we're already out here. We gotta go. All right.
Well, let's head back.
Yep. Start
Okay.
heading back.
No problem. You head back to the station. So Bjorn, you're gonna try to repair this thing overnight, or what's the story?
Might as well work at it. Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be
Unless-
tough. It's gonna take you several hours because of the distance it is also from the garage. I'll say it'll take you about 4 hours to try to do, and it's gonna require a mechanical repair roll.
Okay.
Nobody else has any points spent in mechanical repair, right? That was Isaac.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So nobody
I've
can
got a
help you.
15. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Are there any manuals around?
Oh my God. I rolled a 10.
Are you?
Maybe-
You're helping him, Harry?
Well, maybe I'm just standing there and I'm like, well, that thing's broken. Obviously, fix that right there. Then that
All right.
thing,
I'll
and
let
that
you roll.
thing.
I'll let you roll with a bonus die then, since he made a successful roll.
Well, I just
All right.
made-
22.
Oh, 12 points.
22. So how many points are you off by? 7.
7.
Did you
I
roll
spent
the
7
bonus
points of
die?
luck.
Yes, I do.
All right. You'll have that thing in operating condition again by sunrise.
Excellent.
So the Harold and Nanapetu were the ones that were getting pretty worn out. I got a really good night's rest while you guys were hunting for that cat. So I'll now that Harold pointed out what was wrong, I'll kind of run the things back to Bjorn and keep an eye out, make sure he doesn't get grabbed while you guys get some rest.
Thank you. So I'm gonna go and try and catch a couple of these.
You might have to drive this thing, Walter. I'm pretty beat.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. In the meantime, Isaac, you awaken to the sound of a girl whimpering. Sounds like trying not to cry.
Is it
holding in-
me?
It's not you. You don't think because you don't feel it. Your head hurts, and your eyes are closed. You can't see anything at the moment. It takes a strong conscious effort to force them open. You realize you're laying on something on a cold surface. You're not wearing your cold winter gear. Your memory might kind of come back to you in flashes as you try to stimulate your body to react and to move. In the meantime, the girl's whimpering, almost muted sobs continue. You realize that the surface you're lying on feels like cold metal. And as you kind of start to raise yourself up a bit and open your eyes and look around, you find yourself inside some kind of, it looks like a medieval crow's cage, except that it's large enough to hold a man. And it's made from some kind of rough metal. And as you kind of expand your range of view a little bit, you realize you're in a tall, chimney-like cavern room, if you will, a room of a cavern. You can see, you are, this cage that you're in is hanging from the ceiling by a thick, heavy chain. And as you look around, there are 7 more of these cages. 4 of them are occupied. One of them, you can see, is occupied by a young girl about 14 years of age. She's looking at you with pleading eyes, but holding her finger up to her lips as she kind of holds in her sobs and whimpers.
I'm the only one in this cage.
Yes, it's a 1-person cage.
And I don't understand. I don't have winter coats on.
Well, whatever you were wearing when you reacted quickly to the situation back at the pumping station. You guys were sleeping, were you not?
Yeah, I guess I had assumed we were in our gear. But it's all right.
You might be in some of your gear, but I don't think you'd have all the heavy winter gear on. You were in a heated environment and also.
Sure. Would I have my handgun with me?
Ooh, give me a luck roll. You definitely notice your rifle is missing.
Yeah.
No strap, nothing.
Nope. How about my knife?
So you failed the luck roll. So you check your sidearm holster, is it? Or
Yep.
Where would you have it normally? Yeah, and the holster is empty. The pistol's missing. You reach down. Which is the knife in your boot? Is it or?
I would think that it's it's part of like a kit, just sort of in the back of a webbed belt or something.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
You do have your knife. Don't have your gun.
How far distant am I from these other cages? We're in some kind of a semicircle or a circle?
Hold on a second. I have a map of this. I can't really give it to you yet, but I'll just get to it.
And it's dark. There's no light source, or is there?
It's pretty dark. There is some light, and as you kind of look around, you'll see there is a floor, or there's a hole in the center of the chamber, like a well-like opening. And you can actually kind of feel like a warmer breeze kind of emanating from that direction. And you notice the room, this cavern that you're in it's not covered in ice or anything. It's probably in that 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit kind of range. And there is a torch stuck into like a crack in the wall near the exit from the room. I'm still actually need to pull up my map so I can tell you exactly what the dimensions are of this room. Apologies for that. Here we go. So, oh Jesus, yeah. This room is easily, say, 75, 80 feet across from say side to side as you're facing the exit, and then from back to front, behind you and up to the actual exit itself. It's about 60 feet.
It's big.
It is big. So these cages, sorry to answer your question, probably be spaced maybe about 5 to 6 feet apart from each other at the closest points. And the girls is right next to yours.
Oh, are they in a circle or are they in a line?
Yeah, they're more like a circle.
Okay,
it's actually not that organized, but yeah, it's
okay.
It's not that perfectly, symmetrical, but.
And they're not on the floor. They're dangling from chains up above.
They're dangling from chains. Yeah, you're actually you're only maybe, about 5 feet off the ground. You reckon, looking at the cave floor beneath you.
How hurt am I?
Oh, you've got 1 hit point. You're pretty badly hurt. We never did decide a major wound, did we, for your injury?
It's a specific something. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you'd suffered enough damage to take a major wound. We'll call it a concussion. Something that would need proper treatment and stuff to actually get over. Something that doesn't just heal for sleeping a few hours, etc. It also means that if you go unconscious again, you're at risk of death.
And the girl that's 5 or 6 feet away from me is motioning me to be quiet. Is there some sort of a door or something on this thing?
On the cage?
Yeah.
Give me a spot hidden roll. Just gotta look around it. You should probably be making that with a penalty die as well, actually, because I'm pretty sure
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay. All right, fair enough. You can't find any sign of a door, no. It's just like the metal's twisted together. You're not even exactly sure how you get in or out of this. There must be an opening that you're just not seeing or something.
Just sort of at a loss for what to do here, dangling with 1 hit point.
Yeah.
How about an idea roll, since I'll probably make that with an 80?
Sure.
I do make that.
Not finding any point of like a hinge or anything like that for a door, the idea comes to mind that maybe the bars have to be kind of bent or shaped, because they all do look very twisted and there's no
like maybe something's pulling this apart and then squeezing it back together.
Something like that, maybe. Yeah.
I'm a little larger than your average size bear, but I wonder, could I wiggle through a larger opening?
You could certainly try. What's your size?
60.
60? Okay. So give me, let's call it a dexterity roll.
Oh my God. 100. That's a botch.
Wow. Yeah, you're like,
I think I'm doomed.
it's gonna be really tight. Like you think maybe if you like stripped and were like lubed up appropriately, you might be able to squeeze through some of the areas, but you might crank your neck in the process as well. Be pretty tight.
I think I look at the what are in the.
You want to see who's in the other cages?
Well, I mean, is there anybody standing there? Are they lying there? What are they doing? Yeah.
The other 3, right? 'Cause, yeah, you're the 5th. So the girl, like I said, she's just holding her finger up to her lips and she's trying not to cry audibly. The other three do not seem responsive whatsoever. They're almost like catatonic themselves. One of which is a woman, looks to be approaching middle-aged. Average height, bit on the heavy side, pale skin, wide blue eyes, just staring at nothing at the moment apparently. Large nose, round chin, sort of length, frizzy red hair. Loose-fitting, simple clothing. Looks to be semi-formal. So you're thinking she might be an Exxon employee.
Formal, like business formal.
Like I said, semi-formal. Is that not quite business formal? It's more like, well, yeah, you made a good idea already. You figure this could be one of the inspectors?
Yeah, I figure they've all got to
the
be
office
from the
personnel.
pump station. I mean, where else are they going to come from?
Well, the 14-year-old girl you don't think is from the pumping station. There shouldn't be any kids out there. Who else do you see? There's another gentleman who is also dressed very much like one of the pump personnel. He's in his early 30s. Kind of lanky, darker skin, black eyes, pointed nose. He has shoulder-length brown hair, actually, which is currently kind of matted with blood. But you can, just looking at it, you can tell that it was styled before whatever happened to him. He's even got one of those really, really annoyingly sculpted goatees. And of course, there's the 14-year-old girl. Like I said, she's probably just a little over 5 feet tall. Very dark, terrified eyes. Her hair is actually short, curly brown. Her clothes actually look slightly too big on her. Like maybe she's been in here a long time or something. Like her clothes look way too big on her body. And then there is another man here. Looks to be maybe in his late 20s. Average height and build. Brown skinned, deep brown eyes. He actually looks indigenous. Definitely not Exxon, you don't think at all? Yeah, very like disheveled clothing. Actually, give me a spot hidden roll.
Fail.
Okay. And those are, did I forget me? Yep, that's everybody. So there's the two girls and the two gentlemen.
Is there a lot of noise in this room, or is it just quiet? Not hearing
It's pretty
anything?
quiet. Give me a listen roll if you want to listen more. Because the sound that was most prevalent in your head was this girl trying to stifle her sobs.
No, I failed that.
It doesn't smell very nice, though. There's kind of a musty smell. Almost like an animal smell.
I try to whisper to the girl.
Sure. What do you want to say?
Can you get out?
She goes, shh, 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 shh. They're just outside.
How long have you been
kind
here?
Of points at the only opening you've noticed in the wall. How long have you been here? Oops, that's the wrong month. There we go. I don't know. Maybe a week, maybe more. Where'd they get you?
From the pump station.
You work there?
We were sent there to find out why none of the workers were there. But we've got to get out of here.
How? Those things, they're just out there. There's a lot of them.
What's down there? And I
They
point to
attacked.
the center hole.
I don't know.
Are these other people alive?
She looks over and she says, they're all alive, but I think they can't handle the stress. She points at one of them and says, that's Dennis. He's from my town. Those creatures attacked the town and took both of us. I don't know the other two. They must be from your pumping station.
How many empty cages are there?
There are 3 empty cages. Those creatures, what do they want with us? Why are they keeping us here?
It's not good. Whatever it is, it's not good. They grabbed me and dragged me here.
They're not normal animals. They're
They're not.
They're smart. I've heard them talking.
Are they always beasts? When we kill
Yeah.
them, they change.
You killed some?
Yeah, they can be killed. Not by me, but they can be killed.
Oh my God, it's like you think we can get out of here?
We've got to try something. But I can't get out of this cage.
Yeah, they just bend the bars and put you in there, and then they bend them back into place. They're very, very strong.
Maybe they've bent out someplace really too much and I can bend it. I'm going to try to just pull the bars open a little bit. I'm strong.
Okay. I'm going to look for a place and...
Yeah, I mean, I don't suspect this is going to get me anywhere, but...
It's worth a shot. Well, you've got a mechanical repair. This isn't exactly mechanical, but it kind of is. It's similar. You're trying to find a place to apply pressure. And go ahead and give me a mechanical repair roll, and I'm going to give you a... I'm going to make it a hard check, but if you get a success, you'll find a place.
Oh, that does it. 26 on a 75. Yeah, that's a hard success.
It does, yeah. Yeah, you find a spot where you think obviously this is probably where they open it the most. And what's your strength?
60.
Oh, give me a roll.
How much luck do I have? I got plenty.
Cool.
Nice. Finally. That's a hard success.
All right, you start to pull, and yeah, it makes a horrible sound, but you feel it give a bit.
Okay, once I've got it to a point where I think I could get through it, I just wait.
Oh, you're gonna just keep bending it and making the sound?
Well, I'm gonna try to judge it.
Judge the amount of noise.
I don't know. I'm gonna try to not have it make as much noise as it can, but I mean, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. Give me a spot hidden roll as you're working at this.
No, I'm too focused on it.
Okay.
I'm way too focused for that roll.
Okay. So you're pulling and it's wrenching and screeching, and you get it about the right size. You're pretty sure you could squeeze through, sideways, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as you look, the girl's eyes are open wide and she's pale as a ghost, and her mouth is hanging open. And then you realize there's a horrible smell, and you turn and see one of the creatures standing about 5 feet away from you. You're 6 feet off the ground, right?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, it was sitting about 6 or 5 feet off the ground, even, I think it was, yeah. And you're maybe about 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it almost is eye to eye with you while standing on the ground outside the cage. And it's looking at you, and it's looking at the bars that you've just bent.
This might be the first time I've actually seen one.
Oh, it is. I'm sorry.
I think it is. Should I make a sanity roll?
Yeah, you definitely need to make a sanity roll because you've never seen one of these before. I'll share the image again, I guess.
Oh, that's okay. I remember. Yeah, I fail.
You fail.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Not by a lot, but I fail.
It's going to be 5 points of sanity. Give me an idea roll. I mean, you're looking at, what is it? The
Oh my
abominable
God, my
snowman? A
intelligence
Yeti?
is 80.
Werewolf?
So my intelligence is 80 and I rolled a 65. I mean, I've got enough luck to push it up above 80, but I don't know if I really want to.
No. You can't. You can't spend luck to fail a roll.
Sure you can.
You can? I've never heard
Sure.
of this.
Especially an idea roll. I mean, I would have the advantage if I failed it.
Right, of course. I understand that. But give me a D10 roll. Or are you going to spend the luck?
No, I'm not. No, we'll see what happens. I
Give me
think
D10 roll.
Isaac is cooked.
So as you're looking at this thing, you realize that its face, because it's terrifying, but at the same time, this is the first time you've ever seen a monster, right?
Mhm.
So it's kind of also fascinating at the same time, and you're just taking in all the details of it, and you realize that its face has very distinctive, almost human-like features underneath the bestialness of it. What did you roll on that D10? Sorry?
A 2.
A 2?
Yep.
Give me a D3.
A 1.
A 1. And you are struck blind. Psychosomatic blindness. It will last for about the next 6 rounds. That is your what do you call it? Bout of madness.
Right. So I think in my involuntary action is just to throw myself away from there.
Okay, back
Towards the other
yeah.
just kind of rock the whole thing.
And you feel the cage does rock, and you feel as something grabs hold of the cage and almost steadies it, and you can hear the sound of the metal bending again, but it's over in less than a second.
Right.
And then when you, after the 36 seconds or so pass, and your eyesight starts to return, you realize that the cage was bent right back into place.
Right.
And there's no sign of the creature now. It's must have left the room. And the girl's just kind of rocking back and forth. She's got her hands around her legs, knees up to her chin almost, and she's just rocking back and forth. She's no longer.
I think Isaac probably is too.
Okay. Back to the rescue party. Now, Bjorn would have spent about 4 hours all told working on that thing. He's got to run back and forth to the garage as well. Did you all try to sleep otherwise, or did anybody stay up?
I stayed up, but I'd gotten like 7 hours.
Yeah, you've already had enough sleep. Yeah, right. Okay. Pay two.
I tried to sleep. I was hurting.
And Harry, you try to sleep too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. It's 4 hours. How much sleep do you remember how much sleep you got before the thing? Probably a few hours, yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I cut like 3 or 4 hours, I think it was. Not much.
Harry, you got a few as well, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, but you had me tied up. I was tied up, so I wasn't happy.
Right.
Or comfortable.
Give me 4 Constitution rolls, and let me know how many successes you have. If you get a hard extreme success, let me know because I'll count double.
And pay 2 also, or just?
Pay 2 and Harry both.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Not Bjorn because he stayed up working, and Walter he's staying kind of on watch because he already had a lot of sleep.
I passed one of them, and it was a hard roll.
It was a hard pass.
Yeah, but all the other ones were failures. Yeah.
Yeah, you only got an hour's sleep, really, an hour of good sleep. So you'll suffer another level of exhaustion. So that's 2 for you now, right, Harry? I
think so. Yeah.
Okay. Pay 2. How did you do in your rolls?
I failed 1, passed 2, and 1 extreme.
Okay, you get enough sleep because with the couple hours you had before, then you got a full night's sleep. So did you have any exhaustion already?
I had one exhaustion just from climbing that
You'll
mountain.
wake up with no exhaustion again then. You'll be fine.
Perfect.
All right. Where is my bit on exhaustion? Okay. So it's a little after 6 o'clock in the morning by the time, no, close to 7 actually, yeah, because you had to walk back. So about 7 o'clock in the morning, Bjorn has the snowcat repaired. On pay 2 and Harry, you guys can get up. I don't know if anybody's even thinking about breakfast or anything yet, but 2 levels of exhaustion, Harry, means that you have a penalty die for all skill checks and your speed is halved.
Okay. On pay 2, when you were looking around, did you see any explosives? The reason why I ask is that map that you guys have of the cave says something about dynamite on it in case they had to blow up the fucking caves.
I don't recall dynamite, but there's plenty of gas for the snowcat and other vehicles here. Probably oil, other combustibles. GM, did I see dynamite anywhere? I don't recall dynamite though.
Well, you guys didn't do a very thorough search either, in fairness.
Right.
You just cleared the buildings to make sure there were no monsters. You don't remember seeing any dynamite, no.
Harold, we ran through this building pretty quickly. If you and I do a more thorough search, they might need it to blast some snow if it's piled up somewhere, or
I'm just saying that we might need to blow this place up to keep these monsters away from the rest of us.
I don't know, but dynamite and big creatures kind of seems like a good idea to have. So if we could find some.
You might remember in the garage, there was a 3-foot square wooden crate with the words fragile stenciled in red, but you guys never checked out.
Let's
It's probably just China.
Leg lamp.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, Harold, you're probably right. It's probably just some test tubes and stuff. But at some point, I'm gonna slip away by myself and go check because I don't want Harold having dynamite.
Give me a spot hidden roll. You'll find the crate, no problem.
05.
05?
Yeah.
And also, there's another box, a wooden box on the floor behind the crate that is clearly marked TNT.
Nice.
Inside that box, you'll find 10 sticks of dynamite.
Um,
you want to look at the other box too, the fragile box, or no? No, don't worry. Okay.
Yeah. I'll look.
Yep. It's got a shipping label on it. It says it's being shipped to the United States. Pre-approved by U.S. Customs, which is kind of unusual. Inside of it, there's some kind of a fossil that looks like an animal skull, similar to a human but enormous. You, given your experiences the last couple of nights, don't have to make any checks to think this is one of those creatures' skulls. Some kind of primate, obviously, but not any known species or accepted species. Give me a natural world or anthropology check anyway, because there's something else that you could possibly pick up.
Natural world is 70, so 59 out of a 70, so just a normal success.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, it's definitely primate. You think it's these creatures, but it's some kind of an older fossil.
Hey guys, I think you need to take a look at this. Like I'll yell like loudly out.
Oh, you found some TNT. Good.
Yeah, and this.
He picks up a fucking, looks like a Sasquatch, werewolf, whatever, Yeti skull.
Well, it is Halloween.
They were shipping it to the States. They knew about this.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Well, wait a second.
They turn into people.
But we know that they knew about it because we got a map of the caves.
Yeah, but that could be some people that got attacked or found it. This is document like they were. Look at the shipping label. Look at everything. It's
Yeah.
bypassing customs even.
Well, like,
Does it
found
have
it in the
a
cave.
Does it have a name on the shipping label? Who it was going to? Who?
Nope, it's just an address.
Okay.
Doesn't say H Fink on it or anything.
Well, what if
It
this
does
is
not
the
know.
what if this is the main werewolf, and if we destroy it, then it'll kill all the other werewolves?
Wouldn't
It's
that be
already
nice?
dead.
You've been watching too many movies, Harold.
I don't know how these things work. It works on TV. And besides, the thing came true. That guy changed. And then you
Mhm.
tied me up, you dicks.
He shot someone.
Yeah, because he left me alone with a guy who was changing into a monster. I told him not to leave me alone with that guy.
Before you depart, is there anything else you want to check while you're here? I don't think you never did fix the radio, right?
No, we didn't.
No.
And
Does anybody have
Isaac-
electrical rip? I don't think.
I
That's
told
why-
you to fix the radio.
You got to get Isaac back. He's the only
No.
one.
Yeah.
Now
There is
dynam-
a phone in the main office, of course. Sorry, go ahead. On pay two. What did you say?
the dynamite. Does it have fuses? Do we need blasting caps? Does it need electrical charge? What?
No, you have everything you need there.
Okay, that's
Fuses, blasting caps.
all right.
Is it red and does it say TNT down the side of it?
Yeah,
Acme.
exactly. You know,
There's a couple of those
Acme,
black
Acme,
round ones. with the
Acme.
little-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody know how to use this? I know light the fuse and throw, but does anybody actually know how to use this? Because I
Anybody
really
have any
don't.
demolition skill?
Yeah.
Isaac probably has that too.
I've got an 83 in demolition. No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
Well, should we divvy it up between us in case, you know?
I don't want to, if you bump into something, isn't it going to blow up?
Yes, it will. I wasn't actually talking to you because I figured the two military guys and myself. If it bumps too hard, it will go off. So if one of those creatures punched you in the chest and you had it, it will go off.
Hey, you don't want that, Harry.
I didn't want to put you into that situation, so each take
Yeah.
3 sticks and somebody got.
I'll
the
happily
fourth?
take a couple.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
take I'll take some, putting in some like my snow pant pockets.
Okay. So you got 10 sticks on pay two. How you divvying it up?
3 each, and whoever wants to grab the last one.
Or leave one in the vehicle.
Yes,
There we go. All right.
there we go.
All right. So you each have 3 sticks of dynamite. Not you, Harry.
I'll just
Good
stay
name to
behind all
get.
of you.
Yeah. Smart.
I've got the
Okay.
lighter. I got the hippies lighter, so.
Yeah.
You need to get back into the snowcat and
Yep.
work your way around the woods. Now you know where they kind of go. Yeah.
Yeah, Walter's gonna drive if that's okay, and maybe I'll catch a couple of hours sleep while we're doing this.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say you average, because the terrain, so let's say you average 10 miles an hour, you're still going to get there in less than an hour.
Oh.
Well, you know, if you go by the way the pipeline, take about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's the way you're going to go. It makes more sense. Yeah. So
Now
you
somebody
have
might
about an
be-
hour and a half.
Oh, sorry. Somebody
ahead.
might be able to answer this for me because I'm not 100% sure. I have on my character sheet, I have box of waterproof matches in the sealed plastic container. Are they strike? Would they be strike anywhere matches or no?
Not the ones I've seen.
I see. I don't know. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Okay.
got now, I say to the group, I show them that. I say, if you guys have some sort of way to strike them, I can give you each a couple matches. So in case the lighter gets wet, at least the waterproof matches might be able to. But I only have one striking source on the box.
I got my Zippo because I'm a smoker. So
What do you
I
make
got a
it?
Zippo that I took off the hippie, so.
All right.
I mean,
There you go.
Yeah.
make sure
all right.
we're not shit out of luck somewhere.
There you go. You got your waterproof matches. They got Zippos.
Mm-hmm. All right. I assume it's like 2 levers or.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know anything. I've never
Yeah.
been on the inside of a snowcat, I'm afraid.
mean-
But yeah, I imagine something like that. Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm. I'll get a couple cigarettes smoked while we're going.
So by the time you get out there, it will be about close to 9 o'clock in the morning, we'll say.
Oh, I grabbed some MREs for everyone on the way, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You had all that stuff in your camp area anyway. You're taking all that
Mhm.
food down there, so which was right underneath the garage. The machine shop is where you were camped. So yeah, you're heading to the cave now. 1 second here. Get to the right spot. There we go. So even in the daylight, which is a little bit comforting, the morning bathes the valley in an eerie amber hue. Your nerves are all probably quite frayed, but at least the reprieve of daylight gives you a little glimmer of hope. If Isaac hasn't been eaten already, that if they are indeed taking people alive for some kind of other dire purpose, you just might be able to save him after all, and then fix the radio and get evac. It's possible. As you approach the cave, though, which is on the original map I sent you, it's the suspected eco-terrorist camp area. You see it there northwest of Isolation Mountain, I think it's called.
Yep.
The black opening of the cave stands out in stark contrast to the white snow surrounding it. As you approach, you realize it's probably not a good idea to drive the snowcat into the cave. I assume.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
You will see the tracks leading into there.
Okay.
You'll see lots of tracks going in and out. There's all kinds of footwork, whatever, footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever. There's been a lot of traffic in and out of this cave. And we're talking like Sasquatch traffic, not human traffic.
Before we go in, I'm going to definitely scan the horizon, trying to see any movement or anything out here besides the cave.
You haven't, no. Just the cave itself now. It seems pretty quiet at the moment, although, obviously, there's plenty of sign of creatures coming and going from here. So,
right.
So that quiet, inviting feeling you might get from it is obviously a little bit misleading.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I don't either, but we got here. Let's get in. Let's get out.
So you approach on foot.
Is there a way to get in, from the sides, that we're not walking right straight at the entrance, or is that out of our way?
Yeah, it's a pretty wide opening. I don't have an exact measurement for it here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the cave entrance is roughly about 20 feet wide, 12 feet tall. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. Anyway, as you're approaching, though, you can definitely feel a slight breeze blowing out of the cave. Despite the fact that it's well below zero out here, the air coming from the cavern is even colder, which is unusual.
Yeah, that's weird.
There's also a faint odor carried to you. It's very rancid, sour, and metallic.
The map said that it was cold inside.
Yeah.
Above the entrance, you'll notice as you get closer, there's a large crimson handprint marking the stone. Definitely way too big to be human. And you can see scratch near the end of each fingertip like a claw mark.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys see a place where we could put the dynamite to blow the whole thing up, or?
Let's scout it out a bit first and see if we can find. Maybe we
Remember,
need to look inside the entrance for that. Because didn't the map say something about that?
Yeah,
well, I guess we want to blow up the temple if we can.
Ask
Whatever the
George
hell
about
that is.
dynamite in case. We should have looked at this map. It says ask George about dynamite in case.
That's what I said.
Ah.
That's why I told Aunt Paid to get the dynamite if there was any.
I didn't look at the map. I just looked at the pictures.
That's why I'm the guy who does the, and you're the guy who does the other thing.
So as you are getting close to the cave, I need sanity checks from all four of you. As that fetid air smacks you right in the face.
26, I'm good.
59 pass.
38 pass.
21 pass. I guess
Yeah.
we're all
Loses
new
any
to the
sanity.
whole-
We are
It's
sane.
it's abhorrent, but it's you've seen worse in the last 24 hours than
Yeah.
fetid
we
air.
weren't expecting perfume, so
Give me so as you get closer now, that's within 10 feet of the cave. Now as you kind of get up to the entrance itself, I would like listen checks from all four of you.
Fail.
Well,
fail.
All
Nope.
fails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I didn't hear somebody's response, but yeah.
No, sorry, I was waving my hands like no.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Great.
I was silent
fails.
because I didn't
Okay.
hear anything.
Yeah, the wind is just like screaming and howling through this entrance, like pretty noisy right here itself.
Is there light coming from the cave, or is it
All you can see from outside right now is perfect darkness within.
okay? Great.
Now, have you done any spelunking before? You're an Arctic survivalist, right?
I am.
You would know probably that if you go into the cave, your eyes tend to adjust to the lower light. So maybe if you take your time, maybe about 10 minutes, something your eyes should adjust pretty well to the inside. That said, you don't know if there's any light much beyond the entrance.
Right. Okay.
You can't see at the moment. So.
All right. Well,
we still do have some glow sticks each, so.
No,
Yeah.
you said that there's a breeze coming out of the cave.
Yeah, and fetid air. And now as you're getting closer and kind of standing in the opening itself almost, you can see there's stuff strewn about the entrance, just inside the entrance. You see like articles of shredded clothing, boots, gloves, coats. So you see a wallet, some watch, some jewelry.
One thing I seem to recall from nature programs is that if there's a breeze coming from the cave, then it's a really, really big cave. Big caves breathe.
well, I mean, those big of creatures in there, and there's a bunch. They need a big one. But we got somewhat of a map, assuming this is the map of this cave.
So this
Right,
is
I
all
was
their
thinking
stuff, isn't it?
I wonder if this is the stuff from the victims or the stuff after they turned.
Well, it's probably the stuff from the cave. I was just going to say, I want to look at the stuff and see if it's bloody.
Okay. Yeah, you want to kind of examine the area a bit?
Yeah, because like maybe they just picked the people up and ate them and then threw the clothes up. They'd be all bloody then.
And while he's doing that, I'm just going to kind of step into the cave and try and let my eyes start adjusting.
Sure. Good idea. Yep. So, Harry, as you're looking through, you realize it looks like the discarded belongings of over a dozen people. Give me a spot hidden check.
78. No, that's not good.
Oh, okay.
Do we know how many eco-terrorists were predicted to be present when they said there were eco-terrorists or even the North Wind? No? Okay.
No. It was just suspected that the North Wind would be involved.
So they're not covered in blood. They're not soaked in blood.
Some of them, some of them have. Is this what I think it is?
All right. So there's been violence here.
Yeah, some of them definitely have blood on them.
Maybe a little of each.
You see something that looks familiar in the detritus, Harry. And you reach out and see it's an Exxon identification badge.
Oh.
It belongs to Anna Levesque. It's attached to a fragment of clothing and stained with blood. The badge indicates that Anna Levesque is a Canadian government safety inspector from Vancouver.
Well, I don't think she'll be needing this, and I toss it away.
Okay.
Probably right. Okay.
But yeah, these are going to be the victims. They were probably at the station.
Your eyes are starting to adjust.
Right. Okay. So now that they are, so on the map of the cave, it looked like there was the entrance, and there is like a fork, one going right, one going left. Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah, more or less. Let me look at that map. That map is over here, right? Yeah. Now it's a pretty large scale. You see that where it says entrance there? I mean, that's over 20 feet wide. That little
Okay.
area. You know,
Alright.
just the actual cave mouth itself.
Alright.
So they're pretty big tunnels and such.
Right.
So there is definitely. Let me go back to my actual one here. There is a passage off to the left and a passage off to the right from this area.
Well, shouldn't we be heading towards the big temple?
That's what I was thinking.
So that would be left, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
But where it says scratching on this map,
Yeah.
do we pass like another offshoot kind of?
Yeah, so as you come in, you start to kind of go around to the left, and you're going to come to another large room, basically, with a passage going off to the left where it says scratching there, and the other passage kind of going ahead to the right a little bit. You can see leading what you presume, if this map is accurate, towards the temple.
All right. I'm going to listen real carefully because they talked about there being scratching sounds, so I'm going to see if I hear any.
Okay, give me a listen roll with
That's
a
my
bonus
thought.
die.
Still a fail.
Wow. Yeah, you just hear that wind, that wind sound. But yeah, so as you're coming into these passages, descending deeply into the side of this mountain, you came to the fork in the tunnel. You took the left passage, which drops a bit more sharply, but still manageable without climbing gear, sorry, which then brings you to the next area. The floors and walls here are smooth and slick. The ceilings, however, are choked with stalactites of ice. Every now and then you'll see a great shaft of ice that is broken loose from the ceiling and is now driven like a spear into the floor. The temperature in here is almost unbearably cold. Fortunately, you have cold weather gear. It has dropped well below 40 degrees below zero now, which is considerably colder than it was outside. There's a thick layer of blue ice covering all the surfaces, which makes your descent a little bit difficult, but you just gotta watch your footing. And as you keep pushing on, the ice seems to be getting thicker.
Do we still have our rope with us?
Actually, now now that you've made it to this area, you don't require a listener. I apologize. You can definitely hear to the left where it says scratching on your map. You hear a sound of a young girl whimpering pathetically.
Oh, well, I mean, if I hear a young girl, I'm going to go.
Your eyes by now have adjusted to the darkness. So you can see the tunnel that way is over 50 feet wide and seems to get even larger the further it goes in.
The monster on the roof was a girl. Be careful.
Yeah, we will be.
Give me spot hidden rolls too. Those of you, the four of you there.
While we're doing this, Ian, I'm going to surreptitiously hand Harold my pistol.
Okay.
And try to show him, pull it back, load it. That's safety. That's off safety. That's all I got for you.
All right. Are there bullets in there?
Yeah, there are.
You said you couldn't find bullets earlier. You're a liar.
This is my pistol. This is my personal pistol. Don't lose it.
I don't know what a 38 is. Give me that.
This isn't a 38.
Walter?
Pass my spot hidden.
Okay, so those of you who passed your spot hidden will notice there's obvious evidence that intelligent hands have helped shape these caves and tunnels a bit. It's not just a natural formation.
Okay.
So this is where you've gone. Here we go. So yeah, are you using any further light source, or just using the kind of natural light of the cave itself? Do you want to actually enhance it with your flashlight, or? Just the natural
light right now.
Okay. It's good to know. Let me look at my map again real quick. Right. Yeah. Okay. So as you kind of move towards the sounds to the left, the descent in the passage is significantly greater, which makes walking even more difficult. Do you have cleats on your boots?
I don't,
Probably
probably
not, no?
not. Why would
Yeah.
we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me dexterity checks, all four of you. As you're making
Those
your way
guys
down
might.
towards the whimpering sound.
Oh, I got 100.
Harry slips, goes ass first right onto the ground, and goes sliding down the tunnel out of sight. Whoa!
Takes me with him.
Like on a silly
it.
slide. And
Rope.
Peitu goes right behind him.
I got a hard.
Walter, you managed to maintain your footing.
Motherfuckers.
I try to
Yeah, I'm
cover
good.
my
I got
mouth so that I don't yell.
45,
Bjorn,
I'm
you're
good.
also good. The two
I rolled-
ex-military guys are okay.
I just
Which
say to
roll?
Walter, damn it, I knew we should have tied them to something, each other, or a rock or something.
Shit, let's go. Let's get
On
him.
Peitu and Harry, give me constitution checks, please. I need a hard success. As you tumble
No.
down the ice.
79. No.
No? Harry, you take 1 point of damage from the bumping and sliding down. On Peitu, how'd you do on that constitution check?
An 06.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You don't take any damage. You managed to slide just right. You landed not so hard on your tailbone like Harry did. As you get to the bottom of the tunnel, you notice it is littered with chunks of ice and snow that have blown in from outside. Down here, the light from outside no longer reaches, but yet it's not dark. To the right, the cave opens up into a much larger chamber that seems lit by a dim, bluish phosphorescence within the ice. To the left is a narrower tunnel descending even deeper into the ice-coated cave, choked in darkness. The whimpering that you heard earlier seems to be coming from this direction. Give me listen checks again, since you two are down here at the bottom. I imagine Walter and Bjorn are going to make their way down a little bit more gently.
Carefully. Yeah.
Once we hit the ground, I look at Harold and I'm like, shh.
I don't hear anything. Yeah, I threw my hands over my mouth so that I wouldn't yell as I slid.
87. I failed.
Okay. Okay. The listen checks is just not for this group.
No.
You just hear the whimpering still coming from down that way.
Do you hear that? Do we hear it whimpering though, even though we failed?
Yeah.
All right.
You hear the whimpering, yeah, but you don't make out any detail or anything about it.
That doesn't sound like a monster. That sounds like
Yeah, it sounds
a
like
girl or something.
a girl or a young lady.
Maybe it's Isaac.
Maybe.
I don't know what he sounds like when he cries.
Shh, let's go look.
All right.
Try and.
I'm sticking next to him anyway because
Okay. Walter, Bjorn, you guys are making your way down. Like,
Yep.
you might hear occasionally, you might hear like a little whispering sound maybe coming from them, mix in with the whimpering sound of the girl and the blowing of the wind. But you guys are moving on into that darkness direction where the girl's whimpering sound. Do you have a light on Peitu?
You said there was like a blue phosphorescent light coming through?
That was coming from the tunnel, from the direction to the right, which would lead, you
Alright.
think, towards the temple.
I'll go into my backpack and crack a glow stick.
okay.
Okay. So, cracking the glow stick, you come into a huge amorphous chamber with a wide, smooth floor like a polished mirror. There are a number of alcoves and tunnels that spread out from this cavern. The ceiling is nearly 50 feet overhead and shimmers as if covered with some sort of sheer, tattered fabric. The deep cold here seems to reach into your very bones, causing them to ache despite your cold weather gear. Any exposed skin burns from the cold.
Oh my God, it's so cold.
A few yards ahead of you, near the center of the chamber, is an unsettling dark mass, roughly 5 feet in diameter. The faint voice of a girl emits from this shape, repeating the whispered words, "Help me, help me, help me," followed by a chilling giggle.
I've seen too many movies like this. There's no fucking way. That's
The shape lifts itself off the floor, revealing it to be a bluish-gray spider with a pestilently bloated body and long spiny legs. It is mottled gray on the abdomen, shades of azure on its forebody, legs and some tipped in black. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be the antenna-like things, whatever you call them, up around the mouth. Suddenly, this hellish arachnoid lunges forward, skittering towards you, its childlike giggling raking at your already frayed nerves. Give me sanity checks.
23, pass.
What is the size of this thing? Oh yeah, it's it's twice the size of a man.
21 pass. And
Can I...
Okay, the pass, you only lose 1 point of sanity from seeing this thing. I think, Harry, you had already cracked though, right?
oh, I'm running like
Pay2
fucking
has
forever.
or has not yet hit his 20%.
No, I haven't. I'm at 66. Okay.
Give me a D10 roll first for your bout of madness, Harry, as you turn to run.
7.
7?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you rolled flee and panic. Very good. So you start trying to run back up.
Except it's icy on the floor, and so my feet are just doing this.
Yeah,
moving
yeah.
like a
Scooby-Doo.
Fred
What about you?
Flintstone.
What about you on Pay2?
I'm going to raise my Lee Enfield and fire.
Okay. So, let's see here.
Bonus dice for the size?
Which means
or-
everyone is going to know that we're here.
Giant spider attacking?
Yeah.
No, not a question.
What's your dexterity? I think you're first, yeah. Go ahead. Make your attack roll on this giant spider as it comes towards you.
Do I get a bonus dice for its size? Or
Has to be build 4 for that.
Does it? Let me see what its
Yeah.
build is. Nope, it's build 3.
All right, I got a 54, and my rifle is 45. I'll spend a luck. So
Okay.
9 luck.
9 luck to make it a success.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a damage roll, please.
2d6 plus 4, 3, and a 5, 9, 13 points total.
Okay, minus its armor. Okay, got it. Yeah, you blast it, and you see some of the, is it chitin or
Yeah,
I
chitin.
always said chitin. You see some of the chitin,
The
you know,
carapace.
kinda-
Yeah.
yeah, the chitinous carapace kind of shatter off the area where your bullet penetrates, and you see a spray of some kind of almost like it's a strange looking liquid. It's like the color of it's like the color of like melted snow. It's not quite it's bluer than normal water in a sense, you know what I mean, or clearer. And it still comes on forward though, and it will attack you as well. It closes the range very quickly with its leap. And are you going to dodge or fight back? Because this is essentially a melee attack.
Dodge.
Dodge, give me a roll. What is its... Okay, cool.
Nah, 60, and my dodge is only 35.
Okay. I have a hard success. Do you want to spend luck to get it down to a hard success so that it doesn't hit you?
I don't even have enough.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I wanted to give you the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. So, damage. Okay. And see below. Here we go. Okay. Do you have armor?
No, just the winter gear and stuff.
All right. The bite does 10 points of damage.
Ooh.
Physical damage. Yep. How many hit points do you have?
I have 14.
Okay. Give me a constitution roll. See if you maintain consciousness. You take a major wound.
Con check, you said?
Yep. Constitution check. From anytime you suffer a major wound, half or more of your hit points. You have to make a con check to maintain consciousness.
45 out of 70. So
Yeah.
normal.
So you don't lose consciousness. Yeah. Okay. And I need a constitution check, a hard constitution check, please, as its poison starts to seep into your bloodstream.
If I see Bjorn and Walter coming, I'm going to be yelling, "There's a giant spider! It got on Pay2."
Yeah, you probably see them pretty quickly as you're trying to scramble back up that tunnel, slipping on the ice.
I'm going to spend 7 luck to make that a hard.
Make it a hard success. Okay, so you feel kind of sluggish, but you can still move. But you can feel like it's like your muscles are tensing up, and it's becoming harder and harder for you to move your arms and legs. It hurts, but you can do it. You can push through it.
I just yell, run.
Okay. And the spider stays on top of you.
Oh,
So you guys will see Harry. You'll probably hear him screaming anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Giant spider.
Heard a
What do you guys do?
gunshot. I heard a gunshot. I'm gonna keep advancing, but
Yep.
a
Carefully.
little bit, a little
All right,
quicker.
one more
than
round,
careful,
and then
but
you'll get there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're not going to risk falling down and
No,
tumbling down the thing. Okay.
getting in a worse
I
situation.
thought Walter and say spider. What the fuck?
Fuck.
And
fuck
Harry's
Harry.
trying to scramble up the.
It was sounded like a girl. It sounded like a girl. It was whimpering, and we went toward it, and it
Right.
was a giant spider.
Here we go.
And it was a trap, and I kind of grab a hold of him, and I'm like behind him.
He's
I
nuts
paid you.
again. Great.
What would you like to do in the next round? You still have your gun.
I'm gonna drop my rifle because it's a Liam-filled bolt. It would take me around to load it. I just drop it and I pull out my 9mm and I'm gonna take 3 shots at the spider. I'm not running.
Okay.
I think the poison's gonna take me. If I start running and accelerate my blood, it's gonna just pump through me.
So you have 1 level of exhaustion, right?
I had 0 because I slept.
Oh, you have 0, right? So there's no penalty dice for that. You're at point blank range, so you get a bonus die for that.
Nice.
But you're taking 3 shots, so that would be
Correct.
another penalty die, right? So it's basically just 3 straight rolls.
All right.
And the creature is not dodging.
First roll, 53 out of my handgun is 55, so normal. Second is 27, which is a hard exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And the third is a 21, which is a hard also.
Okay, so three straight damage rolls.
And 1d10 each. So first is 4, 7, and 3.
Okay, the first one doesn't seem to penetrate, seems to ricochet off. The second one does penetrate lightly. And the third one ricochets off as well. And the spider attacks you again. Are you dodging, I presume? Yeah?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
Oh, freaking 2.
Nice, you dodge easily this time. As it lunges for you again, and you manage to kind of like tumble a little bit under it. As you just emptied 3 rounds into it, you manage to kind of scoot under it, so it goes over you a bit. And Walter, Bjorn, you guys will be making your way down now at this time. Harry, you don't even need to make a dexterity roll. You're panicking. You're not making any
Hide
progress up
behind
this
us.
but they walk past you, and you guys now see this massive spider on top of Page is almost kind of like Samwise with
Yeah.
he's using a 9mm instead.
What
And the spider is creepily blue and frosty.
I flicked the 3-round burst.
Okay.
'Cause I
You guys have guns drawn, I presume, right? So I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you initiative. Same with Anpetu. I'm just gonna say the spider goes last.
Okay.
Who's got
How
the
do you
highest?
do?
Let's see. The highest dexterity will be Walter. You get to go first.
Come on, extreme. No, not I hit, but not my usual extremes that I've been
Oh,
getting. Yeah.
what a shame, Walter. Might be the first time you shoot something that doesn't die right away.
Oh, especially with that damage roll. Only 7 points.
Okay. Got it. Okay. That does penetrate. But doesn't seem to slow the spider down at all. Bjorn, I guess you're next. Yep.
How do we do burst?
Oh,
I can nod if you don't know.
I forget now.
So burst is you use your submachine gun or machine gun skill, and if you get anything but if you succeed, 1 bullet half hits. If you get an extreme, all 3 hit with half of them penetrating.
Okay. Oh, 69. That is not a hit.
So
65.
Pop, pop,
is
pop.
mine. Yep.
Do you want to spend the luck?
Yes, I will.
Okay, so you spend 4 points of luck, so you get 1 bullet hit. out of the 3.
Okay, that's 2 die 8.
Mhm.
6.
Thanks,
and a
Walter.
5.
I had that ready for the last session. I don't think it ever came up.
6 and
I
a
forget
5.
what 6 and a
So
5, so that's
11.
11 minus armor. Okay, yeah, that definitely got some penetration.
Pop, pop,
The spider's
pop.
still moving. On pay 2.
3 more shots.
Yep, go ahead. Same dice as
Same.
before.
Yeah. First is 03.
That's a crit.
Extreme.
Right?
Yeah.
Extreme.
Second is an 84, which is a miss. Third is a 14. 14 is you know what? I'll spend.
Well, let's see how much you did with
Okay.
first extreme first.
I would have to spend 4 if so. The first one would be 10, right? Plus D10.
10 plus a D10, correct.
So 13 points on the first one.
That kills it.
All right, perfect.
You still fire the 3 shots, and
Right.
the third one does hit again too, but the first one was enough damage to kill it. And it collapses down onto the ground. Yeah. Oozing this like
Ichor.
what is that called? Absolute zero monster colored ichor.
Yeah.
I'm pull myself out from underneath it.
Okay. What in the crap? So that was making the little girl's voice?
Yes, I'm poisoned. I got poison coursing through my veins.
Yeah, he's in bad way. He's got horrible.
Yeah. All right.
Like his clothing is compromised on the right shoulder near his clavicle.
I'm gonna try and
Do we
give
have
him
a cleric?
Bites.
I'm gonna give him some quick first aid. Try and
Yeah, go ahead and give a roll.
regular.
Okay, yep. So you get 1 hit point back on Peter as he stops the bleeding and does his best to. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So other than that, then the rest of the room, there are a couple of other tunnels that lead off of it
Mhm.
further in.
Well, we might as well yell for Isaac. I mean, we fired like 10 shots down here. I mean,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna call out Isaac.
Yeah, I'll yell too.
Let's see, Isaac, you are back here. Yeah, you don't even hear. You don't hear the gunshots. You don't hear the scream or anything like that. So, no. You guys calling out, but you're not getting any response.
Well, it's really cold here, so
Yeah.
we came this way because the girl was here. We thought a girl was here.
What the hell was that fucking thing?
Spider.
It talked
Snow
like
spider. Nothing's normal up here.
Yeah. Freaking
It's the
Canada,
thing.
man.
It can look like whatever it wants.
Well,
Size of about a Volkswagen Beetle.
all right. So we head back up and start heading back toward that temple.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Get lost down here. Okay.
Back up and back towards the temple room. Sorry, my mouse is just gone completely wrong.
I'm gonna give Harold a very quick as we're walking. Look, Harold, here's how you use this pistol.
I know how to shoot a gun.
You do?
Yeah,
don't
it
look
was a
like a-
giant
oh.
spider. I just ran. And what do you
Oh,
do
yeah.
when you see a spider?
Well, I apparently shoot at it.
Well, I don't. I run for it. There was one in my bathtub a couple of months ago, and
All right.
I had
I
to
just
get the
wanted-
neighbor.
I'm just giving you a lesson. Okay. All good.
So moving into the temple room, you go back up the kind of sloping floor where Harold and Ampetu slipped in the first place and slid most of the way down here. But you guys working together managed to get yourselves back up to where you were, and then take the other way to the right. You enter a titanic cavern, and you're first struck by the sheer size of the place. 200 feet wide, 600 feet long, and over 100 feet tall. It's large enough to hold a typical city block. I don't know if that's true, but big anyway. You're next struck by the fact that this vast space is lit by an eerie blue eldritch light that seems to emanate from everywhere and nowhere at the same time, as if by some radiance deep within the ice itself.
Paltry, maybe.
Finally, your eyes manage to see the structure at the far end of this vast Hyperborean cathedral. 2 8-story stone pillars flanked by a raised dais with wide stone stairs that ascend to a translucent blue altar glowing with an inner light of its own. Far above, the vaulted ceiling is covered with countless spears of ice that creak and crack ominously. The cold in here is nearly unbearable. You can almost feel it radiating from the profane temple, even through your cold weather gear. Give me Constitution checks, please.
I'm awesome. 12.
Cool. Yeah, you need a hard success here.
Oh, well, I was going to spend luck to make it a regular, but I'm not going to spend that much luck.
Nope.
40 luck.
Bjorn likes it cold.
Anybody else make a hard check?
I got 18, just shy of an extreme.
On Pay2 and Bjorn, you guys brush off. Harry, how did you do on yours?
Oh, failed.
You failed? Okay, cool. So Harry and Walter, having both not made hard successes, you are going to enter the first stage of hypothermia.
Is this the part where I start taking off my clothes?
Not the first stage.
That's like a few to go.
You'll now have 2 penalty dice on all dexterity and intelligence checks. And you suffer 2 levels of exhaustion. You already had 1 level, right, Harry?
I had 2.
Oh, yeah, 2 levels. So you suffer 2 more. So now you have the penalty die on all skill checks. Your speed is halved. You have a penalty die on an additional penalty die, that is, on attack rolls and characteristic checks. And you have you require an extreme success on any strength checks.
I think I'm just going to go lay down in the snow and die.
Maybe I shouldn't have given you that pistol.
Walter, you just have the penalty die on skill checks, and your speed is now halved.
Right. Okay.
Other than all of that, though, the room otherwise seems devoid of life. Oh, everybody make a power check now.
Huh. 93.
53 pass.
Now that's not a skill check, right? So no penalty die on that.
It's no penalty die for you. There is a penalty die for Harry because he also has penalty die on characteristic checks. For his
Okay.
I failed.
Extreme.
Okay, so Walter and Pay2, you both passed. You can feel the power emanating from that altar. You get a sense of a tear in reality about it, as if it's not really from this world, but there it is nonetheless.
I go on Pay2. We've seen a lot of stuff, or else I wouldn't even be bringing this up, because now I believe almost anything. See a fucking frozen spider. Remember that thing I found on that dead kid's wallet about how to banish it? And he said you had to be near a gate.
Yep, this place is evil.
I agree, but you think this is the place he was talking about where it had that weird language?
I mean, I feel completely. I don't have words for it. It's just unnatural here. I think this is the place. What did that book say? Or that paper?
Said that we had to recite this chant for 620 beats, and he'd converted it to 21 minutes. We had to be 23 paces within 23 paces of the gate or doorway. You had to carve a symbol into the palm of your hand, and then it had the chant, and it was spelled out phonetically for you.
Well, do you think Isaac's still alive?
Isaac! I'm going to yell it as loud as I can.
Okay. You do that. And Isaac, go ahead and just give me a listen check.
Come on, Isaac.
Because if there's no answer, I say leave.
We at least put dynamite
You've been
around
kind
that
of
thing.
sitting in here,
Blow that thing up.
mulling over
No.
your fate, Isaac, for about an hour and a half or so.
Fail.
since you woke up.
Oh,
Gosh, listen.
Yell even louder. Isaac!
if everybody yells in unison.
Everybody in concert? Isaac!
Okay.
We got the snowcat.
How long are you guys going to scream for Isaac?
Just once or twice.
Yeah.
Once or twice, yeah.
Okay.
So from where you came in,
Mm-hmm.
if you kind of look around, I mean, do you guys want to walk in at all, get a little closer, get a better look at the room, or just want to stay near the entrance?
No, let's go look at.
No.
Let's go blow this thing up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yes, and you were screaming, right? Of
Yeah.
course. Isaac, how could I forget? In that case, yeah, that's going to.
All the monsters are in the other room with their ears plugged because
Right.
you know
It's awful.
that's what monsters do.
All the stalactites we looked up at a few minutes ago, we didn't think of that.
Mhm.
Oh.
It's not an avalanche. It's Hey, did you hear that?
Eyes kind of adjusting to the light though. You see, there's like it looks like shadows beneath the surface.
Shadows beneath the surface of what?
The
The
floor?
ice that you're walking on. Yeah.
The floor?
Mhm.
Like something's moving under the ice?
You want to shine a light at it, try to get a better look?
Yes.
So, shining a flashlight at the floor, you realize these shadows are from hundreds and hundreds of human corpses frozen within the ice of the floor.
Oh.
Each of these corpses is viciously gutted as if a huge clawed hand scooped out their innards. Looks kind of familiar by this.
Holy crap.
Sound check. Great.
Do we need a sand check on that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The
Failed.
sheer amount of them as you look around.
This what they described in.
Apparently, I'm good with anything now.
Yeah.
Pass.
Man, that's a 10. I'm
You're
like,
so callous.
whatever. Fuck.
I
Okay,
failed
Harry failed.
as
Use
usual.
2 points of sanity, Harry.
Oh.
And let's see here.
Harold, look, a butterfly.
In the cold. No way.
Harold, you're starting to feel extremely paranoid. Anybody else fail? No.
I'm in this situation because of all of you people.
I think you already felt paranoid.
You brought us here.
No, you brought me here. I wanted to get in the cat and go. I think I should.
You can't
Harry,
drive.
roll a dexterity check, please.
Who, me? 85. Yeah, no.
Okay. So as he's complaining, and you guys are looking around, you're kind of near the center of this cavern now. You've shouted a couple times for Isaac, no response. He's complaining there, kind of near the center almost of the room. And you're looking around, you see there's about 7 different tunnels branching off of this this temple room, including the one that you came in. But you actually give me, Walter and Bjorn, I'll give you a chance to get a spot hidden check on this for me, to notice.
Nope. Penalty. Yeah, got me. Fail.
Okay.
Can I spend 5 luck?
Yeah, sure.
I will do that. And then it says
You,
regular success.
as he's kind of complaining, you hear like a cracking sound, and you look and you see a stalactite dislodged from the ceiling above him and falling right down on Harry's position.
Harry, duck, run, go. If I can push him, I push him.
Should I try to
you can try to push
dodge?
him? Okay. No, Bjorn pushes you out of the way. Bjorn, give me a dodge.
That's a fail, 89.
You see, I got a
Bjorn,
16.
you take 3
so-
points of damage as the stalactite glances you on the shoulder and side.
Ouch.
What'd you
Wasn't
push me
direct
for?
Crash. Boom.
Yeah, as you say that, you see this huge stalactite shatter and smash. Actually, it largely sticks into the floor now that I think about it. Just like drives into the ice to a certain extent and batters Bjorn a bit, knocking him aside. You were standing right in that spot a second ago, Harry. That would have gone right through you.
Yeah, I think that I've had it. I'm
One more
going
spot
to.
hidden check from everybody, please.
I think I'm going to choose a random direction, a random cave entrance, and just start walking towards it and yelling, "Isaac, are you in here, Isaac?"
That's a pass.
What
And
were
I-
you rolling for?
That's spot
Not
hidden.
hidden.
Oh, I failed.
Yeah, I failed.
It's a regular
Yeah.
pass for me.
It's a hard for me.
Get a sudden change in the air, a smell, like a miasma of blood and death.
Hmm.
As you turn and look to the left of the actual temple itself, one of the tunnels leading out is directly to the left if you were facing the temple. And one of these creatures has just entered the room and is looking in your direction and snarling. And I think that's a good spot for us to leave off for the next session. We're close enough to time there.
Excellent. Oy, 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 oy. Our players included Matt Ryan, Keith Craig, Jason Melanchok, Sean Little, and myself, with Ian Christensen as the Keeper of the Secrets. We're currently producing up to 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. We have a new patron. Kevin Wood has generously pledged $10 a month, which is amazing. Thank you so much, Kevin. We will put it to good use. We also have another patron, a patron who's increased their pledge. Oren Mayer has gone from $3 to $5, so thank you very much. If you'd like to also help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.